So this video I'm showing the process for doing master studies, and just as an intro I'm showing some techniques for observing different aspects of the picture that you're painting. So here I'm showing negative and positive space, so red being the negative, blue being positive, and then this is also comparing horizontal and vertical objects, so always cross-referencing different the placement of different parts of the image that you're observing, and this will allow you to measure quite accurately without using guides and things. So what I'm drawing would be pretty much what I'm thinking about. Like, I'll be thinking about these forms of the body. I'll be thinking about the horizontal and vertical relationships, diagonal relationships, tangents, abstracted forms, the different shape breakups. So these are different tools that you can use. So yeah, I will be doing the master study just coming up, and these are the more smaller abstract forms that you see within the image. Here's the threshold filter, just showing a straight black and white breakup of the image, and cutout filter, which demonstrates being able to see different shapes of value and color. So when you use a combination of these, you'll be able to accurately understand what you're drawing. Here's another one. Here's to see tangents within the image, and that's the whole combination. So that's what should be going on in your head. It helps me definitely, especially the horizontal and vertical observances. So here the process is just roughly sketching it in. Not worried about details at all, just worried about getting something down so that I'm not overwhelmed with the whole image. Just getting into it and easing my mind into the painting process. And yeah, when I'm watching this video, I just see how wrong I'm doing things, but that's what comes with practice. And you know, I learn heaps just watching my process over. It's good. That's why I like making these videos. It makes me really think about if I'm trying to teach techniques, then what is it that I'm really doing, and does it work? So always trying to refine and improve my process and how I can do better the next time. So I'm just making on new layers, dropping the opacity of the old lines and making a new layer, and now painting beneath the drawing. And yeah, I think it would have been highly beneficial to have done the other part that I showed you before this, because I actually did that after it. So when I was showing the different techniques for measuring, I actually did that after the video, but it reminded me so much of the things that I wasn't doing that I should have while painting, which is you know, all the tools we can use to measure by eye. I do see quite a few people use guides and things, so they pull down guides from the rulers and try to line up, say, the top of the head with all that when doing master studies. But I find I try not to give myself too many training wheels or crutches. I always try to do things as naturally as I can, so that I can, you know, if I'm sitting at the coffee shop and I'm drawing in my sketchbook and I'm drawing people, I'm not going to be able to pull out my ruler and measure them and stuff like that. So I just want to train my mind and my observational skills to translate that and be able to measure it by eye. And you can see I'm laying down these colours. I'm thinking really generally, as if I was squinting at the image. So like I showed you with the cutout filter, I'm thinking more about blobs and masses of colour, and really thinking about the shape that those tones and colours form. Because good painting and drawing is really right colour, right value, right shape. Well, that's not so much drawing, that's painting, but painting is right value and right shape. Because if you really think about it, if you zoom right in and just section off a square, it's really just a collection of little abstract shapes and forms, and you're able to make that interesting to people. Obviously it forms a representation of, say, a human figure or maybe a building, but what makes it interesting is all these little rhythms that are happening within those abstract forms, within the positive shape. And yeah, when I was doing this, I was thinking a lot about the negative space around it in order to check my mistakes and things. It took me quite a while to get this head right. I think I paint over it like 3 times, but it was worth it. I learnt a lot, and you know, from your struggles will come strengths. So something isn't right and you have the time, try to fix it, because you'll learn a lot with fixing it, even if it's observational, because you'll develop a good habit of spotting things that are wrong, even in your imagined work. So that's the great thing about doing studies, is you're going to develop good habits that you apply into your imagined work. If you want a good resource to get master paintings like this, go to artrenewal.org and you'll find a great collection of master oil paintings and things, and they usually provide high resolution images of a lot of the popular ones. And there I'm flipping the canvas horizontal, and immediately when I do that, so many mistakes just jump out at me. I'm also noticing now, when watching this video, that my values aren't quite correct, and perhaps I should have taken more consideration of the values and not just the colour. But that all comes with practice, you know. When you practice more, you get more accurate. You train your mind to see those things better, and you know, speed will come with time as well, because when when you get into those good habits, you'll be able to make the decisions faster and more correctly. I really only use about 3 different brushes, I think, for this video. You can just use the hard round brush. I'm using a variation on the chalk tool, and also a brush that's got like a painterly quality. If you want a good set of painterly looking brushes, I've posted them on my website howtodigitalpaint.com, and go to the freebies section and you'll be able to download the brush set for free. And yeah, I mean, even if it's not perfect, the main thing is that you're learning and you're going to see improvement as you go, so just persevere with it. Because if you don't do a great painting the first time and you give up, then that's going to be when you fail, you know. That's you know, nobody does an amazing painting their first time. The great artists that you see have had many failures, and they've worked on their weaknesses, and they've kept at it and always tried that bit harder the next time. And that's how we learn. We learn by correcting our weaknesses, correcting our problems, and eventually we're able to make great art that we won't be embarrassed to show people. But even then, you know, never be embarrassed to show your art. If you're truly trying and you're putting in the time and trying to learn, then you shouldn't be embarrassed about it. Just go on forums and things, try to get some feedback. You know, the community's friendly out there. The art community's friendly, generally trying to help people. And you know, if you're showing real commitment to getting better, then you know, people are going to be happy to help you. Forums I'd recommend is things like CG Hub, conceptart.org forums, and CG Talk. There's a few others out there. And yeah, this head is really wrong when I look at it, but yeah, I don't care. It looks a bit more like a caricature now. His head's a bit larger. You know, I'm having fun though. I don't get upset if I make a bad painting, you know. And although I do try to do good painting, I don't get upset about it if it turns out bad, because I had fun while I was doing it. Yeah, I try to focus on texture more towards the end, but texture will come about naturally just with brushes that you use and things. It'll just begin to form. But in the beginning stages, I'm mostly concerned with the drawing and the shapes. Always working general to specific. As you can see, I'm zoomed out most of the time. Anyway,